Come on. It's Sunday morning.
Profanity.
We are heading to the train station to go to Evie and Jordan's new flat. I think it's just going to be a really chilled out Sunday.
I want to be in it.
It's going to be a really chilled out Sunday. We're in Kettering. We're in Kettering. We've spent the day with Evie and Jordan, just hanging out. We went for lunch, and then we saw their flat, and they are just at the minute buying a new TV for their flat. I think they're getting like a 42-inch LCD,
LCD,
blah 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 TV. So we're just at Curry's helping them choose a TV. They're sorting that out, so we thought we'd come out here, just chill out for a bit. We're gonna head back to Leicester in a couple of hours because I have to start setting up the degree show tomorrow, so I have to be up bright and early, and we want to finish watching Game of Thrones.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be asleep all day.
Yay!
I play football with Jordan.
Just made a new friend. I'm like the dog whisperer. More trains. We've lived on trains the last couple of days, but we had a really nice time at Evie and Jordan's new place, as I said earlier. So now we're just heading back to Leicester yet again. We're just going to chill out, try and finish season 4 of Game of Thrones, and I'm going to make Matthew eat a salad. So I'll definitely show you how that goes because he's never eaten one before. So I got some Caesar dressing for him, and we'll see how that goes. Last week was pretty crazy. I had done a ridiculous amount of stuff in 1 week. We had to set up degree show, which ended up looking really good. I was a little bit disappointed though because I was only able to be there for 2 days because I had to go up to Manchester for a few days for some important stuff that hopefully I will be able to tell you about later this week, which is very exciting, fingers crossed for that. And when I was away in Manchester, I got a message from my friend saying that some of the tutors and helpers had actually rearranged all of the work that I'd done and stressed out about for the first 2 days, which was quite gutting because I had spent a lot of time on it and was really happy with it, and they just changed it around without me knowing. My mum was not impressed, but my parents came up on Saturday to see the show, which was nice because I think because I do a course called textile design, not a lot of people understand it. They always think, oh, so you make clothes and stuff like that, but it's not like that. So it was nice for them to see what I've actually been working on over the last 3 years. It was also quite scary because Matthew's mum and stepdad also came down, so our parents met for the first time. It was incredibly weird seeing them in one place. It went quite well, I think. They seemed to get on. I've always said to Matthew, and Matthew's always agreed, that I think his mum and Alfie are basically the northern version of my parents. As I'm going to be moving up there as soon as I can get a job, I just thought it would be a really good idea for my parents to meet them so they know that I'll be in good hands in case anything goes wrong while I'm up there. Look how empty my room is now. It's probably quite full compared to a lot of people's, but I'm moving out this weekend. I've been here for 2 years, so it's going to be quite bittersweet to go. It's going to be exciting. So when my parents came up this weekend, they took a carload of stuff with them, and I was left with the basics for the week. So still got my posters up on the wall. All of my shoes have gone. Portfolio, work. There's nothing on top of my wardrobe anymore. It's all looking quite empty. It's coming to the end of an era. It's quite scary. Shock. Have you seen the Game of Thrones yet? Game of Thrones. Final episode of the new series. I just can't get over that it's a TV show. Every episode is just so good. It's more like watching a film every week than a TV show. My dad had told me what was going to happen because he's read the books, but seeing it actually on screen was so good. I can't wait for the next series. Although George R.R. Martin still has to write the book. I'm pretty sure that the book hasn't come out for the next bit yet. So hopefully it won't be too long before that happens. Like Sherlock. Do any of you watch Sherlock? I love Sherlock. But I always find it so frustrating that there's 3 episodes and then you have to wait about 2 years for the next series. Especially with how the last series ended, with Moriarty coming back at the end. I can't wait for that. I am getting crafty. I got these frames for my for hand-in for my final major project. And I thought they would be perfect to reuse for when me and Matthew get our flat. So I am creating some artwork, being very DIY. So far, I don't know if you'll be able to see this one on camera very well, but I have this. So this is etched plastic. I just thought that would be really interesting because what I want to do is have some shelves and stack lots of frames on them, so I thought that would be really interesting because you could put some frames behind it and you'd still be able to see the images come through. And because Matthew lives in Manchester, we travel a lot to see each other and we've collected train tickets. So I'm creating this huge frame filled with train tickets and tram tickets from our visits. They're just mine so far, but I know that he has quite a lot as well. So mine's filled about half of it. This is what it looks like so far from behind. And I will show you what it looks like when it's done. I think it's looking quite good once we get all the other tickets in there as well. And once I've stuck them down, they're moved about a bit because I didn't want to stick them down because obviously Matthew's got a load of tickets as well. But I think this could look really cool. I'm really excited about it. So what do you think so far? I actually found it in Paper Chase. It was in the paper section where they have some really nice little posters and wrapping paper and specialty papers. And me and Matthew saw it and thought it would be perfect. It's made me laugh quite a bit actually because we'll see things that we think are amazing and really cool and my mum will see it or Matthew's mum will see it and they won't be so keen. So I think our flat's going to be quite unique and quite different because we like really random things. But this is the new frame that I've just made up. I think it's really cool. I have a job! I have a job. I got a phone call this morning from one of the interviews that I had last week. As I mentioned earlier, I was up in Manchester for a bit last week. It was for a few interviews. Didn't want to mention it just in case I didn't get any of it, but I got a phone call this morning. I have been offered a position up in Bury near Manchester. So I'm so happy, I'm so excited. It's all worked out really well as this is my last week that I have to be at uni before I graduate in July, and I could be starting my job within the next couple of weeks. I also apologise about this. I have been sat on my computer all morning looking at emails, and I'm also starting to do some blogging and stuff like that, which I will keep you informed with, so I do apologise about this lovely look. As always, please like and subscribe for more. It would make me very happy, and I get the feeling that life is just going to get that little bit crazier right now, so it would be a good time to keep up with what's happening.